Morning, everyone. So it's Wednesday morning. It's about 6:30. About 35 degrees out, so it's not as bad as yesterday morning. But today we're heading back out on that job that we have been starting this week. So we're gonna continue to work on the wall. First thing this morning, though, I'm running to Home Depot to go grab like a saw blade that's meant for cutting stone as well for the concrete sallets in the back seat there. So there's a rock that we're gonna try. Basically what I'm gonna try to do, so I don't have to rent a mini, I'm gonna try to make a bunch of slits in the rock and then I just grabbed the splitting maul, which is like basically what I have for a big sledgehammer. And we will try to break up the rock once we cut it into stuff like fine slits. If it doesn't work with breaking up with a hammer, I have a place that I can rent a jackhammer from that I stopped in yesterday, and he's like, well, that could work, but as long as the saw cuts the rock, I think it'll be fine. We have a lot of granite around here where I am, which is a really hard rock, but I don't know that that's actually granite what I gotta cut. And if it is, if I get that nice stone blade, I think we'll be able to cut it pretty easily, hopefully. And then so it's a big rock, and the paving company that paved their driveway had tried to dig it out, but they couldn't even budge it. So there's no way we're digging it out, especially not with the driveway now paved right next to it. So we're just basically gonna get it hopefully down below grade as much as possible, at least 2 inches below grade, and then we'll be able to put gravel over top of it. So that's the plan. And yeah, I'm gonna get heading to Home Depot, and I will pick you guys up probably when we get to the job. Here on the job, so I did already get started. I've placed these 3 blocks so far. I dug out that a little bit more. I'm gonna go 1 more block, I think, and then step up the blocks 1 there because we're starting to get a little low. So do that, and then we'll step up, and then it'll just be 1 single block the rest of the way. I'm not gonna go all the way to where I dug out, I don't think. I think we're gonna end up probably being somewhere right in here, I think is where we're gonna end up. But before we do that, so once I get this last block set, I'm gonna get the rest of these top ones set, and then probably roll the pipe out a little bit more, and then fill it in with stone, and fill all these top blocks with stone. So yeah, we're gonna be perfect as far as blocks go. I think I've only gotten 1 more layer out of out of the last pallet, so I think we're only gonna use probably about 2 more layers, maybe 3 layers. So we'll still have a layer left, but I'll probably try not bring them back to them when I go tomorrow morning to go get caps. So I went to Home Depot, I got that blade. So we're gonna try to, this is the rock here, so we're gonna try to make some cuts in it. Just cut a bunch of slits in it, and then use the hammer, and I bought a little chisel thing, and we'll break the rock out. And then we're probably gonna have to do it twice, so make a bunch of cuts, break off that layer, then make a bunch more cuts, and then break off that layer, and that should be low enough. Just because my blade's only 9 inches, so and if I have to, I can probably use the tractor even to break them off. But I think we can mostly just use the chisel and then the big sledgehammer, the little sledgehammer or whatever. But that shouldn't be too bad to do, I don't think. I'll probably end up renting a jackhammer for that, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so this is going great, and I'm gonna get this finished up, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. So guys, we got this just about done. I think I'm gonna go maybe 2 more courses on the block, or not courses, 2 more like block length this way. That's going to be the final course there, because there's also going to be a 2-inch cap, and we want the gravel to be level with the top of the cap. So I think that's going to end up a perfect height there. I don't want to come too far this way. It could stick out of the ground, which wouldn't be a big deal usually, but the only problem is there's going to be like a canopy thing here. My only concern with that is when the guy plows this in the winter, I don't want him to push the wall over. So I want it to be about the length of the canopy that's going to be here. Maybe even a little shorter is fine. And as you can see right here, this gravel tapers pretty good off the driveway, so we'll just taper the gravel in there and then obviously build it all up in here. So we're making good time today. It's only about 10 o'clock, so I think once I finish that, I'm going to start making some cuts in here. And then once we start cutting that, I'm sure we're going to eat through batteries pretty quick, because that's going to be hard cutting. So I have 2 fully charged 12 amp hours and I have a 6 amp hour on the charger. So we should be able to get probably at least one layer of it off, and then maybe have to do the other layer a little later on once the battery's charged. But I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll start doing the stepping stones, or if I might run and get caps and try to finish the wall off totally today. Since it is so early, maybe around like lunchtime, I'll just bring whatever blocks I don't need back and grab caps. That might be the best thing to do. And this way we can have the wall completely done today. And then when I come back in the morning, I can bring a load of gravel with me, so I'm not wasting a trip. So I think that might be what we do. But yeah, so we're getting there. So we're almost out of stone, but I think we'll have enough to at least backfill the under drain and fill in between these blocks. And then I'll probably get another, I don't know, 2 yards or 3. I'll probably just get a full 3 yards, and then we can use some of the stone underneath the gravel as well. It's not a big deal. Because obviously we're going to need quite a few loads in here to bring this up to the level we got to be at. Because ultimately over here we're going to be the height of the top of the blocks there. So I'm still thinking on these steps what I want to do for the blocks on the inside yet, but we'll get that figured out before we get too much farther. That's another reason I was going to get the caps, because that's something I really want to wait until I have the caps to fully do those steps so I can figure it out better. But caps are really easy. We just got to throw some glue on top of them and then stick them on. That helps to hold the top of the wall together, and it'll help to hold these ones together down through here where it gets to just one course of block. So I mean, usually you want at least 2 courses, but in this case I don't think it's necessary. And we'd be burying an entire block really for no reason. So when the caps are on there, if you weren't putting caps on it, it'd be a little different, but we're capping it and gluing it, so they're all really going to be locked together in theory, because each cap will lock each of the blocks together. Because when you do caps, you also go halfway and halfway, so it ultimately locks the blocks together as well. So it'll be good. So yeah, let me get some more blocks off. I'm just going to take another full layer of blocks, even though I'm only going to use 2 here, and then over here it's going to be, we're going to need probably, so I'm going to go this way. So that's going to be our first step. So then our second step is obviously going to step back 1 block. So we'll have the second step here and the third step here. So we're going to need like 1, 2 to go that way, and same on this side. But yeah, we'll get that figured out. I do got to still cut a 45 for there as well. Well, 2 45s. And then 1 more block there. So we'll get what we needed off the trailer, and then maybe at lunchtime we'll just run and grab caps and glue and get this all buttoned up. So guys, we got this finished up here as far as the wall goes for this course in this section. We still got to do this corner in this area. I think what I'm going to do, I think it's just going to be easier, is just go in the morning and get the caps, because we still got quite a bit of stuff to do here. Depending on how much block I use, I may even just pop the rest of that block off the trailer if there's only like a few left, and then in the morning grab gravel instead. Not 100% sure on that yet, but what we're going to do next is we're going to start with the stepping stones. So I didn't bring my wheelbarrow, so I need my wheelbarrow for topsoil. Because we can't get down there with the tractor, obviously. Well, you could get down, but we ain't gonna get back up the wall. Yeah, it's all looking great. I smoothed off this section through here so I can easily drive through with the buckets of topsoil and packed it in. So we ran the drain, obviously all the way to the end of the wall. You can see it sticking up a little bit right there. But we're still gonna put more stone on top of it. Because like I said, we're gonna leave probably about a foot on the edges of stone, and the rest of this inside will all be gravel all the way over to the sidewalk there. And this boulder here we're going to take care of too. I'm going to swap batteries, put another battery on the charger so we can get most of them all charged up. But it's about lunchtime anyway. It's like 10:30, 11 or so. So by the time I get back to the house to get the wheelbarrow, it'll be about lunchtime anyway, so it'll be perfect. So I'm going to go grab that. And grab the wheelbarrow, grab some lunch, and then we'll be back to work on the stepping stones. I should be able to finish those up today. I think honestly we may finish most of this project by tomorrow, so hopefully. And then maybe Friday I might have to come back with a couple loads of gravel or whatever if we don't end up finishing the gravel. But that's going to be the longest. Next part of this project is just trucking the gravel in. So it's about probably hour and a half round trip, maybe 2 hour round trip, but no, it's probably about an hour and a half round trip, so it's not terrible. So I think we should be able to get all easily finish this by Friday, probably halfway through the day, maybe not even halfway. Maybe we'll finish it tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think, or not tomorrow, Thursday. I don't know if we'll, actually, tomorrow is Thursday, so I guess Thursday. I don't think we'll finish it tomorrow, but might get most of it done. And then probably just bring the trailer home with us and grab more gravel while we come back Friday morning. But this is looking great so far. But I'm gonna go get the wheelbarrow and we'll be back here now. So I had some time to think more about this, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but what we're gonna do is put put 3 blocks forward here on the front, and then that'll be our first step. Obviously we'll make it level with this one, then this will be the second step, and then there'll be a third step here. So that's ultimately going to be the best way, I think. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, I just figured I'd update you guys on that, but I'm just getting back here now. So I think what I'm going to do right now is cut the 245s for there so we can get those set. And it's about 12:30, so we got about till like 3:30. I don't like to work real late doing this stuff because I'm not in a real huge rush to finish this. Just kind of moseying on it for the rest of this week, so we have plenty of time. But yes, we're gonna work till probably about 3:30, 4ish, and get out of here. I think that's it. So I'll show you guys the stairs once I get a couple in place. I'm going to throw the blocks that we need in there first, then start cutting the 45s, which is not my favorite part, but those are the last 45s you got to do. So we'll get those done, and then I might start bringing some topsoil down over there and start setting some of the stepping stones after that. Well, probably first, so I'll probably start cutting this, and then maybe if I want to break from cutting that or whatever, we'll go ahead and set some stepping stones. This is what we got going here. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to fill obviously where it's low in with topsoil and gravel for the stepping stones. We'll do a little topsoil around the edges here. But so I was working on this rock up here. So it's eating through the batteries pretty good. So we're down to our last one already, but yeah, that's it so far. I mean, we're almost halfway through it. So, and as we keep going like down another layer, it's going to get even easier because we're only having to cut the middle because I'm going all the way nice to the end. So as long as we get it below grade, then we'll be good. So basically what I'm doing is just running the saw as deep as I can, and then taking the hammer and this little chisel I bought here thing works pretty good. So we're taking that, just hammering it in gently, and it just breaks the whole thing right off. So it's, I don't know what type of rock this actually is. It might be like a, it looks like a granite, but it's actually cutting fairly easily. This blade's pretty much worn out, but this is the blade I've had on this saw since I had it new, so it's really lasted quite a long time. And it's, I mean, it's still cutting good, but it's pretty worn out now. That's why I bought another one this morning. But those blades are super expensive. It's like because it's got diamonds in it to cut the rock, but yeah, here's the new one that I got here. So that should work pretty good. As you can see, right in there, that's how long the diamond edge is on that. And if we go over to this one, you can see the diamond edge is about worn all the way off. So this blade's done pretty good, but it's getting real low now. So yeah, right now I'm gonna get the rest of the block that we need. We only need about 5 more, and then I may go get the caps. I know I keep going back and forth with it, but I'm thinking I might go grab the caps because it's only like 1:30 right now, and I can't really do a whole lot more once I kill all my batteries. So I'm gonna bring the blocks I need over here, and then I think I'm gonna hook onto the trailer, bring that pallet back to them with whatever blocks is left on it, and then I gotta figure out how many caps I'm gonna need, and we'll get all the caps. And I don't know if I'll bring them back out here tonight and unload them. I'm thinking if I have enough time, I may just come all the way back out here, unload the caps, so then I have an empty trailer to go home with tonight. Then I can offload the caps here, and then I can grab a load of gravel in the morning first thing when I come here, just to make one less trip. Well, not really, I still have to come out here, but I think I still will have enough time to get out here and drop them off. So that's the plan for right now. So I'm gonna go and grab the last 5 blocks I need for this, and then I think we're gonna head out for a little bit. Just a little update for you here. So I'm about to head out. I went and picked up the caps, so there's the caps. I laid them all out here. So I don't have my caulking gun with me, so need that to put the glue on them, to glue them down. So I got the glue, and then all the caps are obviously here, so we'll do that tomorrow. That won't take very long. We'll just have to make sure if there's any dirt, we clean them off, leaves, whatever. But then I worked on this for a little bit longer. Got quite a ways. It's like different, obviously there's different things inside the rock, so different materials, so some parts are easier and some parts are harder, but we're getting it. So yeah, like I said, I think if I do this 1, maybe 2 more times, depending on how much comes off, it'll bring it down enough so it's below grade, which is really what we want. Then we'll just put gravel over it, since we gotta put gravel in here anyways. So yeah, so that's going halfway decent. I left a battery charger while I went and grabbed the caps, so that was fully charged. So I got about 3 or 4 cuts out of a fully charged battery, so it works out pretty good. So I can do that first thing tomorrow morning when I get here. I'm going to charge all the batteries at my house, and then when I get here tomorrow morning, I'm going to work on this right away again and kill off all the batteries and put them back on the charger, and then we'll work on caps and finishing up other stuff. I probably won't kill off all the batteries because I do got to cut a couple blocks, so I'll probably kill like 3 of them, 4 of them, and then save the other one, just save 1 battery for cutting the rest of it. But I cleaned up everything off the job for today, and I'm bringing the dump trailer back with me like I had said. So I got that. I'm gonna throw the pallet out and the blocks when I get back to the house. But it's about 4:30, so I'm gonna get out of here. And thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one.